Ladies and gentlemen, this is a conversation that I hate to have, but it must be had. So without wasting any time, let's go ahead and get into it. What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, you know who I be, the good doc, Dr. Mike TV. Back again, once again. Very, very eye-opening, hopefully informative video for my fellow traveling brethren today. First time to the channel, like, subscribe, notify, do all the good things to make yourself well versed in the content. Everything you should need to know about me shall be listed in the links in the description area below. So, big love to my big brother O'Shea Duke Jackson. I saw a video he put out recently about the boy Kevin Samuels perceivingly coming after the Passport Brothers, or the guys who choose to travel overseas. And as far as what I've heard, a lot of the points that he made about brothers who travel were on point. All right, so there was no real part of that video or what he said in relation to how it was portrayed to me that seemed out of place, right? Everything that he said hit the nail on the head. But there was one thing that was mentioned in that video that is pretty much the dark side of traveling abroad. And it's one thing that you're not going to know about until you're actually there. Okay? There is a propensity or a tendency for us as foreigners to lose focus and become unproductive. Just the other day, I dropped a video about trying to get ourselves back on track and getting our goals back on track. And the fact that foreigners are not lazy, we're just uninspired. Let's say that we go through the motions and we gather that inspiration again. We make the money and we're actually able to go overseas and live that life. There is a tendency to live a life of unproductivity. Once we get there, we start to notice that dating women has become easier. Dealing with women has become easier. We're finding that we're spending the majority of our time chasing women as opposed to chasing our goals and dreams while we're there. And all the things seem to fall apart. Now, if you're retired and you're doing nothing, this doesn't necessarily apply to you because, again, I guess you're occupying your time by doing the chasing. Do I recommend you do that? No. Do I recommend you actually pick up on some hobbies and things that could be beneficial to you in the long run? Absolutely. But there is a tendency to lose focus. Let's say, for example, you're a younger expat like myself. You're a younger brother such as myself, and you want to try to retire early or retire in your early years as opposed to waiting till you're 65. So you go over there, maybe you got an online job or you got something where you're able to generate income, not through investments. You're actively generating your income, whether it be through something online, running a channel, or doing a blog, or whatever it may be. There is a tendency to lose focus on all of that when you touch down overseas. Why? Because like I said before, there are plenty of distractions. A girl texts you up talking about she want to see you right now when you should be working. She may not be available later. Let me go ahead and slide into this. I'll get back to work later. Something else happens, something else happens, something else happens. Your whole day is gone when you should have been knocking out some work. All right. So because of these distractions, ladies and gentlemen, because you could travel to other places and stuff like that, and it's cheap for you to do it, you seem to put work and stuff on the back burner. It could happen. I'm not saying that it will happen, but it could happen because you're now in a place where you can live your best life. You know, a lot of us tend to talk a lot of ish about the Matrix and how it sucks and it's the rat race and it's this and it's that. But the one good thing that comes out of the rat race for us that are just here to work is we really have time to focus on the work and the work only with little distractions. If you work overseas, if you work from home, if you work on your laptops and stuff like that, you kind of get to choose your own schedule, right? Get to work at your own pace, right? So when you're working at your own pace, you do things as you want to do them. So if there is something that comes up and you feel like you can get back to your work later and you just never get to it, then you just lost, again, another day of work. Living overseas, if you find yourself immersed in the culture or immersed in whatever it is that you're doing, it could lead to a tendency to be unproductive and to lose focus. Let me tell you the honest truth about Doc. All right? And this is coming from somebody who's lived that life for a long time. 10 years in the game strong. Philippine life. Had it not been for the simple fact that I needed to make good grades in school in order to maintain my Section 9F student visa in the Philippines, I probably wouldn't have been focused. This is just an honest conversation I want to have with y'all. Had it not been for the fact that I had to make good grades in order to maintain my visa status in the country, who knows where my focus would have been. I could have been over here, could have been over there. You know, if I failed a class, dude, that's a problem. You know, that's a major problem because now I'm no longer on track. Now it comes to the point where there's only a certain amount of times that they will renew your visa before it becomes an issue. You gotta understand, guys, I did 10 years strong in the country, 4 years undergrad, 2 years MBA, 3.5 years for the doctorate degree. So roughly about a total of 10 years, give or take. So once you start renewing your stuff for like up to 10 years, or at least in that time, because we do it every 6 months or every semester, that would have been upwards of about 20 damn times. They're gonna cap that out eventually. Like, yo, you can't just keep coming here and doing this. Even if you are enrolled in school, eventually they're gonna be like, bruh, really? Like, are you just trying to find a way to stay in the country or what? Or something. You know, it's gonna become skeptical. So for me, had I not had to focus on my school, even though I'm a pure fucking genius, y'all know better than that. Had it not been that my focus needed to be on school in order to maintain my visa status for me to stay in the country, who knows where my focus would have been. I mean, I've never failed a subject a day in my life, but that's neither here nor there. It's just a simple fact that it's easy to become distracted. It's easy to become unproductive. It is damn easy to lose focus on the vision. Let's say, for example, man, I got this online job. Maybe you're doing Upwork or Fiverr or something, and you're just a person that's working as a digital assistant or virtual assistant or whatever it may be. And you're in the game. You're locked in. You're ready to go. When you get there, you got all these things. Okay, I'm going to work Monday through Thursday or get all my stuff done in 3 days that I got to do for the week. And then the rest of the days, I'm going to chill. And then you start to realize that a lot of your chill life is starting to interfere with your work life or whatever. Things can become a massive, massive, massive black hole. And a lot of foreigners will not know how to get a grip on that. So what I want you guys to do, and what I need you to do, is I need you to understand that when you're there to work, you're there to work. I mean, you have got to cut off all communication to the world when it comes time to work. Phones on the other side of the room, TV off, whatever it is that could potentially distract you from getting your work done while you're overseas living in your perceived paradise. You have got to stop all of that shit so that you can focus on the work for the time that you said that you were going to focus on that work. You got to remember why you're there, and you got to remember this money that you're making to support your lifestyle is the reason why you're able to afford that lifestyle. You got to make that money, guys. You have got to make that money, that moolah, that pera. How else are you going to be able to live the life that you want to if you're not making money? And again, this was for my younger guys who are looking to get out of the matrix a little bit sooner, right? My retirees, man, I can't tell you what to do with your life. Just find something to keep yourself productive. I wouldn't say chasing tail is the best use of your time, but I can't tell you what to do with your life. But what I want you to do is I want you to remain focused, and I never want you to lose that level of unproductivity, because you know how hard it is to get it back. We talk about being lazy and uninspired or whatever it may be. Do you know how hard it is to find that again? It takes time. I never want you to fall out of the motion that you put in for yourself. I don't want you to fall out of that because you're entertaining and you're doing this and you're going here and you're going there, feeling like the life of the party, feeling like the king of the Philippines because everybody wants your attention, they want your time and shit. You got to make sure that you never forget what is affording your lifestyle, the fact that you put in that work, whether it be stock investments or whatever, trading or whatever. Never forget why you're there, because if you do, you'll find yourself right back here, i.e. the Western world, i.e. back in the matrix, i.e. back in the rat race, miserable, fucked up, sad, depressed. Now you're back to complaining about, and then you're probably going to get lazy again, right? Let's say, for example, it all falls apart while you're overseas. You got to come back here to get a job. You fall into that lazy, uninspired motion that we're trying to get you guys out of, right? Think about that one as you go about your day, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a good doc. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. Highly appreciate that one. You guys know likes are mandatory. Support is optional, of course. If you guys want to support, there's a thank you button in the corner down below. Thank you. Drop a couple dollars on the Good Docs books. I would highly appreciate that one. God. Cash App, all that good stuff. Patreons. If you're not on my Patreons, you are severely lacking in these Philippine streets, guys. Content that is not on YouTube as we speak, all of that over there on Patreon. 60 plus videos and a whole lot more. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, you already know what to do if you did. It has been fun. It has been real, but it's time for the good doc to go and get the getting. So with that being said, good doc is officially out. At least nako paalam, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.